Hello everyone and welcome back to English Online Channel. I'm Maya.
Hi, Maya. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here again with all of you.
And to all our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us today. We're truly happy to have you here. Today we're talking about something many people love, travel plans.
That's right, Maya. Today we'll talk about how to speak in English when you plan a trip. It's a very useful topic because everyone talks about travel, where they want to go, when they want to go, and what they want to do.
Exactly. And if you enjoy learning English with us, please remember to subscribe to Easy English Way, give this episode a thumbs up, and share it with your friends who are also learning English.
Yes, please do. And feel free to leave a comment too. Tell us about where you want to travel. We love reading your messages.
So, Alex, are you ready to talk about travel plans?
Absolutely, Maya. Let's start. Maya, do you like traveling?
Oh, yes, I love it. Traveling makes me feel excited and curious. I enjoy seeing new places, meeting new people, and experiencing different cultures. What about you?
I love traveling too. Even planning a trip makes me happy. I like looking at photos of places, reading about different cities, and imagining what I'll do there.
That's a great point. Planning is a big part of traveling. So let's start with a simple question. Where do you want to travel next?
I think I want to visit Italy. I really want to see Rome, Florence, and Venice. They're beautiful cities with a lot of history. And of course, Italian food is amazing.
That sounds wonderful. Italy is full of art and delicious food. What do you want to do there?
I want to visit museums, try real Italian pizza, walk around old streets, and take lots of photos. I want a trip that is relaxing but also full of learning. What about you, Maya?
I think I want to travel to Japan. I want to see the temples, the traditional gardens, and the beautiful nature. I also want to try a real tea ceremony and eat Japanese dishes.
Japan sounds like a dream. It's a great mix of modern and traditional culture. When do you want to go there?
I want to go in the spring. Spring in Japan is beautiful because of the cherry blossoms. The trees look magical. When do you want to travel to Italy?
I want to go next summer. Summer in Italy is warm and bright, and I want to enjoy walking in the streets without feeling too cold.
Great. These expressions are very helpful for our listeners. You can say things like, I want to travel in the spring. I want to go next month. I plan to travel this summer. I'm thinking about visiting in the fall.
Yes, very useful. Now let's talk about how long your trip will be. Maya, how many days do you want to stay in Japan?
I think I want to stay for about 10 days. That gives me enough time to relax and explore slowly. I don't want to rush.
That's a good idea. I think I want to stay in Italy for around 1 week, maybe 7 or 8 days. I want enough time to visit different cities.
Perfect. When talking about travel length, you can say, I want to stay for 1 week. I will stay for 10 days. I'm planning to stay for 2 weeks.
Exactly. And now let's talk about something fun, why we want to travel. Maya, why do you want to go to Japan?
I want to go because the culture is beautiful. I want to experience peace, nature, and traditional Japanese life. It feels very calm and spiritual.
That's lovely. I want to go to Italy because I love history and art. I want to see old buildings, famous monuments, and beautiful paintings.
These reasons are great examples for our listeners. You can say things like, I want to relax. I want to try new food. I want to see famous places. I want to learn about the culture.
Yes, very helpful. Maya, how do you usually prepare for a trip?
First, I read about the country. I check the weather, I look at the best places to visit, and I watch videos to learn more. Then I make a list of things I need to pack.
That's great. I also prepare by checking flights, hotels, and transportation options. I like to compare prices and choose the best one.
Planning ahead makes everything easier. And listeners can practice English by saying, I check flight prices. I book a hotel. I make a packing list. I read about the destination.
Perfect phrases. Maya, what's the most exciting thing about travel for you?
For me, the most exciting part is discovering something new, new streets, new sounds, new foods. It makes me feel alive.
I feel the same. Every trip teaches you something. It helps you grow, think differently, and understand the world better.
And talking about travel is great practice for English learners. It uses simple verbs like want, go, see, try, plan, visit, stay, book, and pack.
Yes, it's a great topic for beginners. And that's why we love teaching it. Maya, in the first part we talked about where we want to travel and why. Now let's talk a little more about preparing for a trip, because preparing is a big part of travel.
Yes, preparation is very important. Before I travel anywhere, I always check my passport. I make sure it hasn't expired.
That's right. Expire means the date is finished. Your passport must be valid if you want to travel to another country.
Exactly. After I check my passport, I look at ticket prices. I compare different airlines and choose the best flight.
Compare prices. That's a very useful phrase. I also compare flights. Sometimes the cheapest flight is not the best one. Maybe the flight takes too long or has too many stops.
Yes, sometimes a direct flight is better, even if it's a little more expensive. A direct flight means the plane goes straight to your destination without stopping first.
That's right. And after I find a good flight, I book it. Book means to reserve or buy something in advance.
Yes. You can book a flight, book a hotel, or book a tour. These are very common travel phrases.
Speaking of hotels, Maya, what kind of hotel do you usually like to stay in?
I like a simple and clean hotel. It doesn't need to be fancy. I prefer a place that is safe, quiet, and close to transportation.
That makes sense. I usually stay in a place near the city center. I like to walk around and explore the city, so staying close makes everything easier.
That's a good idea. Before I choose a hotel, I always read the reviews. Reviews are comments from other travelers. If many people say the hotel is clean and comfortable, I feel more confident choosing it.
Yes, reviews are very helpful. I also check the photos, because photos help you see the rooms and the area around the hotel.
After booking the hotel, I start planning the activities. For example, if I travel to Japan, I check the best places to visit, like temples, gardens, and museums.
And if I travel to Italy, I check famous places like the Colosseum, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the beautiful streets of Florence.
Activities are the most exciting part of traveling. You can say things like, I want to visit museums. I want to try local food. I want to go sightseeing. I want to take photos. I want to walk around the city.
Those are excellent phrases. Sightseeing means visiting famous places and enjoying the views.
Yes. And when people travel, they often want to buy something special. I like to buy small souvenirs for my family and friends.
Souvenirs are small gifts from the place you visit, like magnets, keychains, postcards, or handmade items.
Exactly. Now let's talk about packing. Packing means putting your clothes and things into your suitcase.
That's a big part of travel. Maya, are you someone who packs early or packs at the last minute?
I usually pack early. I like to be prepared. I make a list of things I need: clothes, shoes, a jacket, my camera, my charger, and personal items.
That's very organized. I sometimes pack at the last minute, but I always try to remember the important things: passport, wallet, phone, chargers, and comfortable clothes.
Comfortable clothes are important, especially if your flight is long.
Yes, and speaking of long flights, Maya, do you enjoy flying?
I don't mind flying. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I usually listen to music or watch a movie on the plane.
I like flying, but only if the seat is comfortable. On the plane, I read a book or listen to English podcasts. It helps pass the time.
That's a great idea. Listeners, you can practice English while you travel. You can listen to English podcasts, watch English videos, or read simple English texts.
Yes, traveling is a great opportunity to learn. And when you arrive in a new country, you can practice speaking.
Exactly. You can ask simple questions like, where is the bus stop? How much is a ticket? Where is the hotel? Can you help me?
Those phrases are really helpful for travelers.
And when you arrive at your hotel, you can say things like, I have a reservation. I booked a room for 2 nights. Can I check in?
Very useful travel English. Maya, do you usually use public transportation when you travel?
Yes, most of the time. I use buses, trains, and subways. It's cheaper and helps me understand the city better.
I agree. Using public transportation is part of the travel experience. You see local people, hear the language, and feel the atmosphere.
And sometimes I walk a lot. Walking is the best way to discover hidden places.
That's true. Walking helps you feel like you are part of the city, not just a visitor.
So in this part, we talked about preparing for a trip, checking your passport, comparing prices, booking a flight, choosing a hotel, reading reviews, planning activities, packing your suitcase, and learning simple English phrases for traveling.
Yes, and these are all very useful for beginners who want to talk about travel in English. Maya, in the last part we talked a lot about preparing for a trip, booking flights, choosing hotels, packing, and learning some useful travel phrases. Now let's talk about what happens during the trip itself and how people can talk about their experiences in English.
Yes, that's a great idea. When you finally arrive in a new country, the first thing you usually do is go through the airport. You go to passport control, wait in line, and show your passport to the officer.
Right. The officer might ask simple questions like, why are you visiting? How long will you stay? Where are you staying? These are very common travel questions.
Yes, and the answers are simple. I'm here on vacation. I will stay for 1 week. I'm staying at the Sunrise Hotel.
After passport control, you pick up your luggage from the baggage area and then you leave the airport.
Yes. And from there, you usually need transportation. You can take a taxi, a bus, a train, or maybe a shuttle.
A shuttle is a small bus that takes people to hotels or other locations. It's very common at airports.
That's right. When I travel, I often use the airport train if the city has one. It's usually fast and easy.
I agree. When I traveled last time, I used an airport bus. It was comfortable and not too expensive.
After you reach your hotel, the next step is to check in. You go to the reception desk and tell them your name.
You might say, I have a reservation. My name is Alex Johnson. I booked a room for 3 nights.
Yes, and the receptionist will give you a key card and tell you your room number. Then you can finally relax after a long journey.
Once you're settled, you can start exploring the city. Maya, what's the first thing you usually do when you arrive in a new country?
I usually take a short rest, drink some water, and then go outside for a walk. I love to see the streets, the people, and the atmosphere. I don't go to big attractions right away. I like to start slow.
That's a great way to connect with the city. For me, the first thing I do is find a place to eat. I love trying local food as soon as I arrive. It gives me a taste of the culture.
That's wonderful. Speaking of food, trying local dishes is one of the best parts of traveling. For example, if I go to Japan, I want to try sushi, ramen, and matcha desserts.
And if I go to Italy, I want to try fresh pasta, real Italian pizza, gelato, and wonderful coffee.
Yes, food is a big part of travel. And it's also a great way to practice English. You can say things like, I would like to order. Can I have? What do you recommend?
These sentences are perfect for restaurants. And when you visit tourist places, you can say things like, what time does it open? How much is the ticket? Where is the entrance?
Very useful phrases. Now, let's talk a little about travel problems. Every trip can have a few small problems, right?
Oh yes. Sometimes your flight is delayed. Delayed means your flight leaves later than the planned time.
Yes, delays are common. Sometimes your bag is too heavy and you have to pay extra. Or maybe you get lost in the city.
Getting lost can actually be fun. You might discover new places that were not in your plan.
That's true. But it's always good to learn phrases like, excuse me, can you help me? Where am I on this map? How can I get to the city center?
These are very helpful. And sometimes you need to ask for directions.
Yes, people can say things like, go straight, turn left, turn right. It's near the station.
Simple, but very important. Now, after you finish exploring during the day, evenings can be very relaxing. Maya, what do you usually do in the evening when you travel?
I usually take a slow walk, maybe sit in a cafe, drink tea or coffee, and watch the people. I love the feeling of being in a new place at night. The lights, the sounds, it's beautiful.
That sounds wonderful. I usually review my photos in the evening. I look at the places I visited and think about what I want to do the next day.
That's a great habit. Some people also write in a travel journal. They write about their experiences, the weather, the people they met, or the food they tried.
Yes, journaling helps you remember your trip better. And if you write your journal in English, it's great practice.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the end of the trip, coming home. When the trip ends, how do you feel, Alex?
I usually feel a mix of emotions. I feel happy because I had a great trip, but I also feel a little sad because the adventure is over.
I feel the same. Traveling is special, and leaving a beautiful place can be emotional. But the memories stay with us.
That's true. And when you get home, you can talk about your trip in English. You can say things like, I visited beautiful places. I tried delicious food. I learned new things. I had a wonderful time.
These sentences help you share your experience clearly and simply.
And that brings us to the end of this topic. We talked about planning a trip, preparing for a trip, and traveling itself.
Yes, and we hope our listeners learned useful travel English they can use in real life.
If you enjoyed this series, please make sure to subscribe and share it.
And feel free to comment and tell us about your own travel plans.